Do you wish for a more intact, loving relationship? In this video, we will give you 12 tips on how you can improve your relationship significantly. In a relationship, dissatisfaction can arise if you do not know your partner's needs. For an intact relationship, you need to know exactly what your partner needs to feel loved and to be happy. But your partner also needs to know these things about you so that he can also fulfill your expectations. To help you achieve this, I will give you these 12 tips that will improve your relationship. Tip number 1. Always talk openly and honestly. In fact, you talk to each other all day long, but you should also pay attention to what the conversations are about. Because if you ask your partner how he is doing, he probably tells you about his stressful day, but probably not about how he feels on the inside. I mean, it's okay to talk about everyday things. However, make sure that you are not only talking superficially, but that you can also have honest, profound conversations. Tip number 2. Respect that you are different. Every person is individual. Your partner may not share all your viewpoints or may behave differently than you expect. This is totally normal. Just accept that your partner is different. In a relationship, it is not about having the same opinion or having the same perspectives, but about supporting each other. Tip number 3. Don't hold on to negative things. Everyday things like delayed trains, traffic jams, stress at work, or arguments with friends annoy us. However, don't hold on to those troubles and focus more on the positive things in life. Be happy that you can spend time together, even if the day was very stressful. Tip number 2. Listen carefully. Talking is often easier than listening. Nevertheless, attentive listening is very important in a relationship because by listening you signal to your partner that you are there for him. This makes him feel understood, which creates a successful bond between you. Tip number 5. Do not take your relationship for granted. The fact that your partner is by your side and loves you every day is something he does voluntarily. Therefore, appreciate your partner properly. Make yourself aware that he has chosen you and show him that you are also aware of his love. Tip number 6. Praise and appreciation will strengthen your bond. Appreciation and praise is enormously important not only in childhood and your professional life, but also towards your partner to strengthen your bond. Therefore, tell him more often what you appreciate or like about him and do this as concretely as possible. Tell him, for example, I really enjoyed that you helped me with X or Y. You were really supportive. Tip number 7. Physical closeness helps. Touching, tenderness, hugs and kisses should not be neglected in everyday life. Because, what is more beautiful than being showered with love every day? This builds a close relationship with your partner and strengthens your bond. For that, you should find out how much affection you and your partner need. Tip number 8. Face your problems. Every couple goes through a rough period. Get through this phase together as a team instead of surrendering and questioning your relationship. Communication and respect is the key, and once you have mastered this crisis, you will even be closer together than before. Tip number 9. Express criticism correctly. Criticism is important in a relationship to prevent trouble. If you always get confronted with a certain behavior that disturbs you, you will freak out at some point in the future. Of course, you should not run to your partner because of every little thing, but you can speak about the behavior that is really important to you. Here, use criticism sparingly and formulate your criticism in the first person and do not use generalizations like always or never. Also, your criticism should always be constructive and not destructive. An example of destructive criticism would be if you tell your partner, "You'd never do anything in the household, I always have to do it myself." You should rather formulate this criticism as follows. "I would like you to take over the garbage regularly. I know you have a demanding job, but I also have to work a lot and household duties bother me." It is important here to give your partner the feeling that you do not want to change him. Tip number 10. Fight properly. There is no relationship without arguments because arguing is necessary in certain situations to clarify things. However, you should not argue too often in order not to damage the relationship in the long run. Therefore, learn how to argue properly. Here it is important that you do not tackle or offend your partner. Listen to him carefully and do not interrupt him. You should also pay attention to your tone of voice and make compromises with your partner that are acceptable to both of you. In order to ensure that your partner also adheres to this behavior, set dispute rules earlier. If one of these rules is evaluated in a dispute, you can point this out to your partner. Tip number 11. Pursue common objectives. Everyone has personal goals that he or she wants to achieve, but are there any goals that you can share with your partner? An example would be small goals such as a dance course, dream holidays, or larger goals such as having your own children or your own house. All the tasks that need to be accomplished for this purpose you face together as a team, which improves your sense of belonging. Tip number 12. Create rituals. Besides all the obligations that relate to your daily life, it is important that you create some time with your partner. Rituals strengthen your everyday life and help you to spend time together. Such rituals can include, for example, going for a walk in the evening, having a cuddle evening on the couch once a week, or going to the cinema once a month. If these tips have helped you, I would be very happy to get a thumbs up. Also, leave me a comment to tell me about your experience with this topic. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel and also click on the bell so that you won't miss a new video.